Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be showing you this. If you've been around my channel at all, very long, you've seen this thing, you know whose it is. It belongs to CaseysCustoms from YouTube, and it started life as a long wheelbase C10 Chevy pickup. It's a 69, and Casey, in Casey fashion, cut it down and turned it into a Blazer, which is one of the things people you wouldn't really think about doing. So it's a super unique, cool idea. He also went on and put it on airbags, also in Casey's fashion. You know, he liked air ride. And this is where we're at now. It's a running, driving car. I took this on. He was pretty covered up with work. He was really busy. He needed somebody to do some of the mechanical work on a couple of things, and he wanted to help out a smaller YouTuber, which is where I come in. I am a way smaller YouTuber, and I kind of took this thing on. At first he just wanted me to get it running. He wanted me to do a starter and a new flex plate because both of those were worn out and it wasn't spinning the motor like it was supposed to. So I started with that, and then he just kind of said, take off, you can do as much or as little as you want to, and I've had it for a few months, and we've kind of made a pretty big transformation with this thing, and that's what this video is. I'm going to kind of show you how we went from where it was, where we started, to where it is now. I'm going to use pieces of old videos, and I'm also going to use new footage that I just got this week. And we are finally to the point that this is going back to Casey. So I'll come back here at the end and I'll kind of show you what we did this week and show you where we're at, and we'll talk about everything then. Well, here we are, fresh back from my Texas trip, nice and rejuvenated. Quit my job this morning, so we're gonna get ready to finish this thing up because we are moving back to Texas, which we all kind of knew was coming. I don't know, that's where we're at. So I'm out here working on Casey's Blazer, and we're gonna work on getting the front and rear bumpers put on this thing, and it's gonna be a little bit more of a chore than what you would normally think, because with this body being channeled and raised up and the body dropped down, it raised up the frame rails into the body, which means the bumpers aren't going to be in the right spot, which means we got to build custom bracketry to make the bumpers line up to where they're supposed to do. I don't have a ton of experience with this body style C10 or Blazer, so I'm gonna have to look at some pictures and see where they're supposed to be mounted and see what looks the best, and then I'll be able to measure and build some brackets like we need. But that's where we are. I've also got to get that battery charged up because it is completely dead, so I'm gonna hook some jumper cables to it, let my truck run for a little while, and then while I'm doing that, I'll get the bumpers out so we can look at them. I'll get the bolts out and see what all we got and get ready to build some brackets. I don't know what that's all going to entail. Like I said, I don't have a lot of experience with this, but we're going to start with the bumpers, and then after we get done with that, we'll jump over to finishing the floor up and then finishing this up. Got to do some more welding and some more shaping, get all that done, but that's that's where we're at, guys. I get to work on this thing all day, every day if I want to. I'm still gonna be up here in Kansas for about another 3 weeks to a month. Let my daughter finish up basketball season and finishing up this, and maybe doing some quick jobs for him on something else. I'm not really 100% sure. I'm still gonna be going back and forth, figuring some stuff out. That's where we're at. I've also made a listing for my van. We'll go take a look at it real quick. I'm selling it cheap, just so, a couple reasons. So I don't have to sell it, move it. I do have to sell it. So I don't have to move it, and to kind of fund my 2025 LS Fest Texas build. Here she is. This is a 63 Corvair van that has a mid-engine LS swap. So doors close great on it. But anyways, she runs and drives, and she's for sale. I'm only asking $5,000 for this bad boy because I want it to sell quick. It's got a little bit of rust in the bottom, but she runs and drives. She's on a reverse 4-link with a adjustable coilovers in the rear. It's a G-body 10-bolt rear end. Motor's a 5.3, trans is a 4L80. The 4L80 is starting and staying in second gear. I don't know what that's about. It's something I've looked online a lot. It says something, there's a wire in the harness that's not getting voltage that should be. Should be an easy fix. I haven't messed with it. I've got too many other irons in the fire. We're moving on, but back to this bad girl today. I'm gonna go ahead and get the bumpers out, start checking them out, see kind of what we're gonna run into on that. All right, there we go. So as you can see, pretty nice freaking bumper. However, I'm trolling. I wish it was that easy. That's where it's got to go. I just gotta figure out how to get it there. So you have these holes here and here on both sides. These are license plate holes, and I've got to build a bracket to connect the frame rails that are up under there somewhere to those holes. So that's what I'm going to work on today. Unlike the square bodies, they have a piece that comes out to these, and then another piece that comes out at an angle and goes to these. So the frame is like in here. This one kind of comes out straight, and this one comes off at an angle like this. I don't know if these are the same. I'm about to have to get underneath this truck and see what that looks like. But I've got to get that battery hooked up on some jumper cables and let it run for a little while, so it'll charge the battery, and then I can raise this up and get under it and see how that looks. Alright, that's you there. It's the guy she told you not to worry about. And what you want to do is pick that up immediately after you get done cutting it. Try to make a stupid joke so you burn the piss out of your fingers. Guys, listen. I'm the first person to admit when something is like beyond what I feel like I can do at the moment. And I'll be honest, mounting those bumpers is one of those things. So now this is probably not what you want to see in this video. We're reversing everything that we've already done, but I'm going to take those brackets off of there. I'm going to take the bumper off of there, box all that stuff back up, and I'm not going to be doing the bumpers. I'm going to let Casey do those whenever he gets back, when he gets them back, so that he can do them the way he wants to do them. So we wasted a bunch of time doing that. It's just not something that I want to throw together the way it was coming along, and it's just not good quality. So I don't want to do that, so I'm going to just put those back, and then I don't know, he can do those because he probably has a little better idea of how he wants them. And I'm just gonna work on getting the console finished up and finishing up the tunnel, and then that'll be it. So as far as this stuff goes, I think I've already gone over this a couple times. What I need to do is weld this seam and grind it down. I need to weld this side solid. I need to finish welding this side, weld this, clean that all up and grind it. And then I also need to put this piece of metal across and around that to close in that hole. And then I need to sand this, prime it, and paint it. I don't know exactly what I'm going to put on it. I thought about putting like a bed liner type stuff on it, just because it'll be a little more durable. But I may just paint it. I may not do anything. I may just clean it up and sand it and let him do with that what he wants to do. So I don't know. We're gonna see how far we get on that. She's in running driving condition right now. So we've actually done like a ton of work. I originally took this thing on. I was going to do a starter and a flex plate on it. That was the whole gist of the job that I needed to do. We started with that, and then from there we moved on to get it running. We got it running and driving again, and then from there we started on the floor, and we got a bunch of the floor work done in this thing. I mean, if you look back at the way it looked when we started on it till now, we've gotten a ton of work done on this thing. And I'll be honest, y'all are not gonna like this, but it's winding down. This will probably be the last video I do on this car. Like I said earlier, I'm moving back to Texas. I'll still be going back and forth for a while, and so I may get something else of his to work on in the meantime. But for now, that'll be it on the Blazer. This video will probably be the last video on the Blazer, depending on how far we go, how far we get on it. And I'm gonna get it taken back to him. But I do appreciate all the love, everybody coming over from Men's channel and watching and keeping up with the build. We've had a few haters come across and have stuff to say about how fast I was doing it or about what I was doing to it. It is what it is. It kind of comes with the territory. You gotta learn not to read comments. But this is all stuff that I've talked to him about doing. So the way it's being done, what's being done, that's all stuff that he was okay with, or the way he wanted it done. So at the end of the day, it's his vehicle. He can do with it what he wants. If he wants to take this thing to a scrapyard and scrap it, he could if he wanted to. We'll kind of recap everything that we've done to this thing. It's be a little bit of talking. On the rockers, we added some it was like 1/8 inch, I think, steel, and we rebuilt the pillar and tied the rocker together on both sides with that, and that was to take out the body sway. This thing was folding in half like this right here and making these doors where they wouldn't close. So we did that to kind of make the body a little more rigid so it wouldn't flop. Starter flex plate, we did that. We put on the shifter, we built this console, we built this floor and that floor and this floor. The least rusty part of this, it just hasn't sat as long as the rest of it. It's the only reason it's not rusty. We did that. Also came with building a lot of floor supports in here. We did some bead rolling. You can kind of see through the sound deadener that we put down. We got it running again. We rewired everything to the ignition, and then we messed up the wiring, and then we redid the wiring again. So we did all of that. We didn't really mess with the airbag stuff too much, just kind of making it work. I added a better ground back here because it was getting hot. It's not a great ground, but it's better nonetheless. We mounted the fuel tank. That is solid, bolted in, mounted, ready to go. We hooked up a fuel pump, which was also part of getting it running, but this thing will start and run off the key. Transmission's hooked up, shifters hooked up, everything. We also had a drive shaft built for this. There's a little bit of controversy going back and forth on that because it was so skinny. It's not a long drive shaft, and it's made, I mean, there's drive shaft ends that big. Whatever your opinion is on that, I don't really care. I've ran skinny drive shafts like that on longer drive shafts than that and never had an issue. This thing makes like 150 horsepower. That drive shaft is not going to be an issue. It is what it is. Overpaid for that by quite a bit. Wasn't happy with the price of it. Casey wasn't really happy with the price of it either. It was just kind of one of those things. We're good. We're on the same page with it. It is what it is. It's just kind of one of them things. Live and learn. So yeah, I mean, all of that, as far as that goes, everything's hooked up, everything's running. You can start this, air up the airbags, and you could drive it out of here right now with it like it is. Things that still need to be done on it. Something with the top. I think he was going to try to make a top work off of a square body, maybe. I think is what he has. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm not doing any of that. The seats need to be mounted. Once again, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let him do that. I didn't want the seats sitting out here in the weather, so I've got them inside my house stored nice and safe. I'm going to let him do that. The bumpers need to be done. I'm not going to be doing that either. It's just a little bit beyond what I kind of want to get into on this project. But if you look at the way this was when I got it versus now, it's come a long ways. We've gotten a ton of work done to this thing, and it is something now that he could just start up and drive with its little quirks that it needs to get sorted out. It doesn't have shocks anywhere on it. It needs shocks all the way around. It needs something done back here to finish up this floor back here. I'm not going to be doing that either. So that's where we're at. I don't know. This is a cool little Blazer. Once again, I really do appreciate everybody coming over, giving advice, giving opinions, sharing love, hating. It is what it is. It's all part of the algorithm, all part of the engagement. Oh, and we put the wheels and tires on it. He ordered the wheels and tires, and we put the wheels and tires on it. So there's that. They're awfully dirty right now. You need to probably rinse those off so that stuff's not just sitting on them. But we're getting close to getting this one shipped back to him and either moving on to another one or just doing our own thing for a little bit. Casey's a great guy. If you're on my channel just because it's my channel and you don't know who Casey is, I would be very shocked. But if so, go check him out. He's got a cool channel. He does a lot of body swap stuff and cool builds. He's got a V8 rear wheel drive Honda CRX that he's working on right now. He's got a twin turbo 63 Corvette that he's working on right now. He's got a Blazer he's giving away right now, a square body full wheel drive that he's doing a giveaway on right now. So go check him out. He's super cool. I really appreciate him giving me this opportunity to work on this stuff and kind of help my channel grow. But yeah, I don't know, kind of went off on a tangent there. That's what we're gonna be working on though. We're gonna try to finish this console up. I would be really happy if we could get that done in this video. And then I also want to get the tunnel closed up, and I'm probably going to cover the tunnel, everything past this joint here, with sound deadener, just because that would be a good spot that it needs. It kind of covers the firewall and that area. And then I'm going to seam seal the corners here. I'm going to sand this, grind it, finish welding it, get it ready, and then prime it and probably paint it. Weather's not great for painting right now, but anyways, been talking for about 10 minutes. I'm gonna dive right into this and get started on something and see where we end up. Real quick, also, before I get started working, we also did the radiator on this thing twice. We mounted the first one, filled it up, did some driving and stuff, realized it was leaking. Talked to Casey, he said yeah, he already knew it was leaking. He had a new one that they had sent him to replace that one, and so we got it. And we also put the radiator in it again. And now all of that's buttoned up. So add coolant, probably add some transmission fluid because it leaks, and go for a drive in this thing. Now we're gonna get started. We got all that fully welded out and ground down. One thing I don't like is that this is a low spot all the way across. So in order to make this match, that's gonna have to have some filler in it. Not super worried about that at the present moment. I'm really more worried about getting that tunnel closed the rest of the way off. So I gotta do some looking and some figuring on how I'm gonna get that piece in there and how I'm gonna make that piece. That's what I'm about to mess with, see what we can figure out for that. Well, you know, it's always something. You've noticed I'm wearing my nice hoodie today and my nice pants. I had to go watch that little girl over there go play some basketball. We were gonna take my truck. When I got in it and tried to start it, the battery was completely dead. I've been battling that thing now for ever, so we're about to go take a break from everything and go get a battery for my pickup. This will give y'all a chance to make fun of me too, because we go pop the hood, Evan, because I don't buy expensive batteries. I buy Walmart batteries, and this is the same battery that's been on this truck.
Where is it?
Since I got it. It's down there on the side. I've never changed it, so it's time. It could use one for sure. You want to hold the light, Heaven? Hold them both, double light. So that's a nice wrench. You hear it slip? Hopefully they have one of these. I bet they don't have one just like this. I'm gonna have to get a little different one. Come on, you thing.
Come on, you thing.
It's gonna fight me, I guess. Come on, you thing. What in the world am I doing? Did I do something wrong? Bruh, hold this.
Oh my gosh.
You can put it down your phone. My light's brighter.
But I'm brighter than you.
I wish. Bro, what are we doing here? What's going on? Am I tripping?
Probably.
I'm trying to pry that open a little.
There you go.
Whatever. I need to take that off. That's not even hooked up anymore.
What was it?
Just those lights that were under my hood.
Oh.
Oh, I forgot about that. Shine that light over here. Is it a 10? Nope, it's an 8. So I talked about it. I've been getting ready for a move to Texas. Whenever I took a trip down there, there'll be a video coming out on that. I road tripped one of my old trucks, and I brought my mom's car back, and then I'm gonna go back and pick up my trailer next weekend. Boy, I should have got a socket for this. This is ridiculous. Why do it the easy way? I lied, I got a ratchet wrench. But luckily, we have my mom's car here, so I could take it to go get a battery. Also, I gotta get a car, because my truck's not big enough for all of my kids now. If all of us go, my truck will seat 5, and we have 6 of us now because I had a new baby girl. I didn't, my wife did. I did the easy part.
Okay, Dad.
I should just talk to myself throughout this video and be like how everybody talks to their editors, you know? In the video, they're like, hey, leave that out.
Oh,
Quentin
yeah.
does it a lot. I should just do that. Hey, Jake, right here, add some music to this and make it like a time lapse, because it takes 9 hours to get this battery out.
You need me to pick up the battery for you?
I got it. I've been working out.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to stop this?
What?
So anyways, now we gotta go. Another wonderful thing about Kansas is that it's 30 minutes to the nearest Walmart or O'Reilly's or anybody that has a battery. So I'm gonna go to Walmart first and see if they've got one. And if they do, I'm gonna grab it and bring it back and put it on. If they don't, I'm gonna go to O'Reilly's and try to get one there. This is a 48, I guess. Hello. Figured it out. Also, haven't got fired.
I'm fired?
We've got the battery right here.
Did you say
Yeah.
fired?
I really hope I didn't lock these doors.
Oh,
It's dangerous for me not driving my truck because my truck's got a code. So I just lock the keys in it and I put my door code in. I just leave the keys in it. You'll notice the Jeep has no code. Yikes. All right, now we just gotta go put it on. So this week we got the console finished. It still needs paint. It still needs whatever he's gonna do to it. We finished closing off the tunnel. We finished putting on the sound deadener and heat shield there. We started putting bumpers on this thing, but that turned into something that I don't really want to get into at this shop. It's really not something that I feel comfortable doing. I just didn't really want to. I'm going to let him do that. He's kind of got a more say so on this. He can do it the way he wants to do it, and if he does something that he doesn't like, then it's on him. It's his own car. I don't really like messing with fabbing up those bumpers, so I decided not to. I'm just gonna take it back to him like this. So that's where we're at. We got this put on I think in the last video. We got the kick panels built and put in on the last video, and this time we kind of mainly focused on the tunnel and finishing out the console and getting it ready to finish it up however he wants to do that. So that's it. Hopefully you've enjoyed this ride. Like I said earlier in the video, this is our last video with the Blazer. Hopefully not the last video with Casey. I'm moving back to Texas, but I still have plans to still be around. I'd like to think me and Casey are pretty decent friends now. He's a super cool dude. He's helped me out a lot with YouTube stuff, and we've kind of bounced ideas off of each other with different stuff. So hopefully lifelong friend. And I don't know, thanks for watching. Thanks for all the love and support you've given me coming from his channel to mine. And we're gonna keep on keeping on. I got a couple more videos that are already recorded. I just gotta get them edited and live. We got some cool stuff coming up. I don't know, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys down the road.